Yeah, I like this. This is so chill, so soothing, but it's upbeat at the same time. It's a crazy blend. But yeah, if you're watching this video, hope you had a great day. Hope that your day went exactly as planned. I hope that everything that you wanted to do today happened today. I hope that nothing took you out of your element today. I hope that after watching this video, you feel invigorated. But yeah, man, let's get into this video. Black History Month. The shortest month within the year. 28 days in Black History Month. Not a lot of time to really, if you think about it, 28 days does not leave you with a lot of time to really reflect and really take in the meaning behind Black History Month. When Black History Month for me, usually when I think about my people, what we've done, I'm pretty sure it's like most average. The first thing you want to go to is the slavery times, you know? You want to think a lot of us are conditioned, including myself. A lot of us are conditioned to think about the negative before the positive, you know? A lot of us are conditioned to think about the early 1900s, the early 1800s in slave times, you know, up until we broke out, you know, and we became free people and we got accepted. But even in 2021, the Black excellence, Black people in America, we are still not 100% accepted. I'm only saying that because of the Constitution hasn't been rewritten. The Constitution hasn't really been rewritten to make Black people in America more than 3/5 human. If you look at the Constitution, it still says 3/5 human, you know? So taking that into consideration, we aren't fully 100% accepted in the country that majority of us were born in. It's kind of crazy. But past that, Black History Month for me, what I like to do is think about, when I have time, I like to think about the good that we've done, you know, how this country was built on the backs of our people, the Black people. A lot of the inventors, the people, the Edisons, the people that invented, that has their names on inventions, a lot of those ideas were stolen from black slaves. You can look it up. It's 100% true. Everything that I'm saying is searchable. Everything that I'm saying is researchable. I promise you it is. A lot of the things that were invented by Black people. The difference is, back then, we weren't allowed to patent things in our names. We weren't allowed to make things in our name. How easy it is today wasn't that easy when we were back then, you know, when we were still slaves. This is during slave times, you know. I like to think about back in the ancient times when we were rulers, you know, we were peaceful people. You know, a lot of our people were peaceful. You know, before guns were invented, before a lot of things came into play, you know, around the Bible times. Like right before the Bible times came into place, so did a lot of other things that came into place around the same time that were pretty violent. That wasn't, our people wasn't with that, you know? And that's why a lot of our people were captured, because a lot of the things that we were seeing wasn't done by our people. A lot of those violent tactics weren't done. We weren't used to that, you know? So a lot of our people, because of that, became captives, you know? Another thing that I like to think about, hold on, let me adjust the camera. All right. That should be good. A lot of other things that I like to think about is the word black, the word nigga, and how it's used, and how so many people, I think nigga is nigga is the only word that was made to put our people down, you know, whereas made to degrade our people. And we tried to flip it, take off a couple letters, add one letter, you know, and make nigga what it is today. And it's always crazy how you see people of other races use our word so lightly and so casually, and, you know, like it's normal. But no other race has a word to where people can use it so casually, without backlash, without anything happening to them. No other race has that, but we do, you know. And we got to be the bigger person and deal with it, because the other person that's using it isn't using it in a degrading way. So we have to accept it. At least that's what society says. At least that's what is the norm amongst a lot of people, you know. It's, when you think about it, it's actually kind of funny, because no other race has that, but we do, you know. We gotta abide by that, you know. A lot of black men like myself grew up in an environment. I'm not talking about family, outside of family, with friends and everything. Grew up out of an environment where playful bullying is a thing, you know, where you fuck with the homies to try to toughen them up, you know, like you guys go body for 20 seconds. You guys crack jokes on each other, you know, and you guys basically assert your dominance in front of the homies, because, you know, everybody got to get tough. You know, it conditions you to act a certain way, to move a certain way, to speak a certain way, to look at things a certain way. And if you don't, then you're considered a beta male. You're considered weak. When you show certain emotions, people consider that as unattractive. A lot of women find it unattractive, you know, because they want their men to be strong and assertive, which is true. As a man, you should have some type of assertiveness. You should have some type of dominance. You should have some type of leadership in a role, because as a man, we should lead. But a lot of the men today were taught how to lead incorrectly. I made a video on the ages of 24 to early 30s, this same concept applies. It's a big circle of things that we were taught growing up versus how things should be. And because the things that we were taught doesn't align with how things should be, there's a lot of broken people within the Black community, because a lot of us are learning as we go. And the things that we learn, the things that we think are correct may not be correct, and it makes moving in this society as a Black man, moving in society as a Black man a little bit tougher, because we have to be extra cautious. Or we gotta take a couple more seconds to think about the actions that we're about to take, Have you guys ever heard of the term code shifting? Basically, how you speak around your friends and family, the way that you speak with them when you're around a certain group of people, like AKA a work environment, or people that presents themselves as more proper. You have to speak, look, act, dine, do things a certain way, because that's how those people were conditioned. So because those people were conditioned to act and speak and carry themselves a certain way, as a Black man and woman, you have to carry yourself and look and dress the part in order to be accepted by the group of people. One of the things, the reason why I brought that up is because another thing that I like to think about during this time of the month is as a Black man and as a Black woman, our people are one of the only groups of people that mastered code shifting, that mastered the way, because it wasn't until recently where wearing your natural hair in a work environment is acceptable. Even having a certain name, if you go apply for a job with a Black name, a name that ends with an A, generally, or like a unique Black, like a true Black name. I'm pretty sure you guys know a couple names, to where if you apply for a job, because you have a certain name, it's a little harder than the next person to get a job because of the name that you're given, or because when you show up to the interview, you have locks in your hair is locked up, and a lot of jobs, even though we won the court system to allow natural hair to be accepted in the jobs, a lot of people still kind of overlook people with locks, people that wear their natural hair, the afro, the curls. A lot of people get overlooked because of how we look. And if you show up to a job and you don't speak properly and you speak naturally, there's a big chance that you might get overlooked, And I like to think about those things in particular, is because currently in our current generation, that's one of the biggest things that we recently overcame. Carrying yourself as a Black man is hard. Carrying yourself as a Black woman is even harder, because equal rights and equal pay, is still there's still a discrepancy with that, with men and women working the same job and making the same wage. There's still a lot of jobs that don't really have that true equal pay. Even when it's time for promotions within certain companies, it's kind of hard. Even as a black man, it's kind of hard to move up, and a black woman, it's even harder for them to move up within companies, within their jobs, and it's crazy. Like these topics can be taken on for hours, but being a black woman, being a black man, working in jobs, but women is even harder, because a lot of black men, not black men, sorry, a lot of black women, even black men, like myself included, if you walk into a job, right, or any social place, and you don't socialize off rip, or you have like just a normal face, not like your happy face, people are going to assume that you're upset or that you're angry or that you're having a bad day before they even speak to you. They're just going to assume, and some people, the first thing that they say to you is, "Hey, you good? Are you okay?" There's a couple people that I know that's happened to me recently, and it's like, "Hey, you good? You good?" Like almost every day that happens. "Hey, you good? Hey, you okay? Hey, everything good? Everything going okay?" It's like, yo, and a lot of times I be in a great mood. I show up in a great mood, and yeah, it's crazy how people assume, and then, yeah, like one of the more positive topics I want to lean on is the one thing that nobody can deny is the influence. One thing that a lot of people cannot deny is the influence that we've had on society with fashion, making fashion, our fashion, people taking our fashion and, going running crazy with it, people taking our music, hip hop. Hip hop is the biggest genre of music in the world. There is no other music that's bigger than hip hop. Hip hop, rap, it's the biggest industry in the world. Nothing tops music. Rap music, hip hop, like true hip hop. Nothing is topping it. Nothing. The shows, making Jordans cool, wearing slides and socks cool, wearing sweatpants outside, wearing clothes, that people would thought were only meant to be in a house, when I'm outside is cool. Wearing Jordan slides is cool now, the chains and the jewelry that people wear, usually that was only meant for really wealthy people back in the day before it became the norm, but our people, the people in Africa, put the jewelry on, you feel me? Like put it on regular people. And now look, it's cool. You feel me? Driving, hella nice cars and getting paid, and getting paid for it. The first black person to ever own a supercar, a hypercar / supercar, and make it cool, like industrialize it and make it like the thing that people want to go after now in music, in hip hop, in the videos, is Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne is the first person. If you don't believe me, you can look it up. You can Google it. The first person to make that cool is Lil Wayne. He revolutionized it, So this month is really a time of remembrance and just basking in the things that we've done as a community, Yeah, I love my people. to death. I love my people to death. We're amazing. We're amazing people. And I love being black. I love being black out here. As hard as it may be, I love my people out here. All right, I think I made this video long enough, but that's just my thoughts, my raw thoughts on Black History Month, Black excellence. I hope y'all enjoyed the video.